Hey there, Taylor. I wanted to ask you about my wedding dress. Have you given it any more thought? Which one do you think looks the best on me?
Huh? Dress? What do you mean?
Very funny, Taylor. You know what I'm talking about. We just went to try on wedding dresses the other day. Don't tell me you forgot. We're gonna have our meeting with the wedding planner tomorrow, so we need to have a dress picked out by then. I was taking a look at the pictures from that day and wanted to hear what you thought before I made my final choice. So, what do you think?
Oh, we have to make a choice now, huh? I thought we had more time.
No, we don't. Our wedding is next month. I was thinking about going with the more traditional looking one. The others look a bit too gaudy for me. Oh, but then again, you were saying you liked the mermaid one, right? Now that I think about it, I did look pretty cute in that one. What do you think, Taylor? Which dress do you want to see me walking down the aisle in?
I don't know. Whatever one you want is fine. I don't really care. I'm not all that interested in how you look in your wedding dress anyway.
Taylor, why are you being so negative about our wedding?
Look, I know you're super excited about everything. I get it. Women always get excited about their wedding, but could you go to that meeting with the planner tomorrow by yourself?
Taylor, what's gotten into you? I don't understand. First you tell me you aren't interested in my dress, and now you tell me I have to go meet with the planner by myself? Is something wrong, Taylor? Did I say something to hurt you? You've never talked to me like this before.
Good grief, do I have to spell it out for you, Alice? I'm telling you, I don't want to get married to you. So like I said, go to the meeting with the wedding planner tomorrow by yourself. Tell them that the wedding is off, unless you want to have a wedding party for just yourself, in which case, go right ahead, but I'm not paying for anything.
The wedding is off? I'm so confused. Why are you doing this, Taylor? If this is a joke, it's not funny. Are you saying that you don't want to have a wedding? Like, you just want to elope or something? We can do that if that's what you really want, but I wish you would have told me that sooner.
It's not just about the wedding. Didn't you see my text? I said I don't want to get married to you.
What are you saying, Taylor?
I thought I was speaking plain English. Let me try again. I do not want to get married to you. Let's break up right now. I thought about it and realized that there's another woman I want to marry more than you.
Another woman? Just what is that supposed to mean? And you want to call off our wedding now? Are you kidding me? The wedding is next month. You know that, right? We've already sent out invitations. We've made reservations, booked hotels, flights.
Yeah, and so what? That doesn't change a thing. There's someone out there who I like more than you, and there's nothing that you can do to change that. I'm breaking up with you so I can marry the woman I truly love. It's over between us, Alice.
I don't believe this. You told me that I looked beautiful while I was trying on those wedding dresses the other day. I saw the way you looked at me. Those were loving eyes. We've been talking forever about how excited we were about the wedding. We worked so hard planning it together. Are you telling me now that all of that was a lie and you never really wanted to marry me? What's going on, Taylor? Make it make sense.
I thought it was obvious that I was just saying that stuff to be polite. Like, really, Alice? How thick can you possibly be?
How can you talk like that to me after everything we've been through?
Oh, shut up. You want me to be really honest? The reason I said you looked good in those dresses was because I was imagining how good Mia would look in them. Don't you know the expression about putting lipstick on a pig? All the dresses and makeup in the world couldn't make you attractive.
Why are you bringing my little sister into this? I mean, sure, I can admit that most guys would say that she's prettier than me, but she has nothing to do with this. Leave her out of it, okay? This is only about you and me.
Oh, you think Mia isn't involved? You really are dense. Who do you think I want to get married to, Alice? It's Mia! Mia's the girl I want.
What? Wait, what? Taylor, you want to marry my little sister Mia?
I want Mia like I've never wanted any other woman in my life. She's the perfect woman. And what's more, she loves me back. I'm the luckiest man in the world. That's why I want to get rid of you as quickly as possible so I can finally be together with her.
Wait, she loves you back? Mia loves you back? No, please, Taylor, don't tell me the two of you have been seeing each other behind my back. Please tell me that this is all just a one-sided attraction. Please.
I don't doubt that you'd like me to tell you that, but it's the truth. We've been seeing each other for a long time now. As a matter of fact, would you like to take a guess at who's sitting next to me at this very moment, holding me tightly as I'm writing this?
Oh my God, no.
Looks like you guessed right. Man, to think you had a hottie like Mia for a sister. I can't believe you're even related. I remember the first time you took me to meet your parents, and I saw Mia sitting on the living room couch. She looked so gorgeous in that white spaghetti strap top she had on. I fell in love with her right then and there. And then when I told her how I felt and asked her out, she said yes without a moment's hesitation.
No, this can't be happening. You were seeing my sister while you were engaged to me? I can't handle this.
Hey, in my defense, I didn't think she was your sister at first. I thought she was maybe a cousin or a neighbor or something. You two look way too different to be sisters. I mean, what's up with your family? Seriously, there's no one else as ugly as you are. Your dad's handsome, your mom's pretty, and your little sister is a real hottie. Were you adopted or something? It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, excuse me for not hitting the genetic lottery, Taylor. When you proposed to me, I was so happy. I was happier than I ever thought I could be. My whole life, I'd been comparing myself to my sister, and I never thought there would be any man who would pick me over her. But you did, Taylor. You picked me. And now, you've betrayed me.
Yeah, if you're gonna get all emotional, do it later, okay? All that matters right now is we're breaking up and I'm marrying Mia. Got that? Make sure you cancel all our reservations tomorrow.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Mia. Thanks to you, my wedding is now off. You stole my fiance. How could you do this to me? What is wrong with you? Uh-oh, looks like the cat's out of the bag. And don't get mad at me like that. Taylor's the one who came on to me so strongly. He kept begging me to go out with him, so I don't know, I said yes. You think this is funny, do you? Honestly, kinda, yeah. Oh, and just one more point in my defense. I didn't say yes at first. It's just that he was so persistent, I eventually broke down. He wanted me so bad, so I figured, why not? I'll give him a shot and see if he's any good. So, yeah, we started dating. And you didn't have any moral qualms about that? You know, you didn't think that maybe it was wrong to sleep with your sister's fiance? Did you ever think of me or my feelings even once? Hey, come on, Alice. It's not like this is totally my fault. It's your fault for not being able to keep your man interested in you. If he was unfaithful, it's obviously because he wasn't getting everything he needed from you. You're a piece of work, Mia. You're telling me it's my fault he cheated on me? Yeah, duh, obviously. I mean, I don't see how a man could be with you and not cheat. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Excuse me? You're ugly. Your legs are short and stumpy, you're pudgy around the waist, and you've got an awful unibrow. How could you expect to keep a man being as ugly as you are? There's not a man in the world who would pick you over me. You're the worst, Mia. Not only do you not have the slightest bit of remorse for what you did to me, you're insulting me on top of that. Well, it's whatever. Go ahead and have, Taylor. I don't need any man who would betray me like that. I wouldn't count on receiving many well wishes at your wedding, though. Mom and Dad are going to be furious when they find out about this. They're not going to give you 1 cent towards your wedding. I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. I think they'll be pretty happy, actually, once they hear that they're finally going to have their first grandchild. Grandchild? No. You're pregnant? I am indeed. Mom and Dad will probably be a little surprised at first, but remember, this is my baby we're talking about. Whether it's a boy or a girl, my baby's gonna be the cutest little angel they've ever seen. Other than me, of course. I think they'll come around and accept our relationship once they see their grandchild's adorable face. Just when I think you couldn't be any worse, not only have you stolen my fiance, you're pregnant with his child. Yep, and guess what? That means you're gonna be an aunt. Be sure to buy us a good gift for our baby shower. You managed to get a pretty good job at a big company despite being ugly as sin, so you'll have no problem buying something high-end. Oh, and be sure to bring your wallet to our wedding, too.
Yo, Alice, you got our wedding invitation, right? We went out of our way to invite you, so you'd better come. Got it?
I'm afraid I won't be in attendance, Taylor.
Huh? Why not?
Why do you think, you moron? You've got some nerve sending me a wedding invitation after cheating on me like you did.
Oh, grow up, would you? Seriously, you're acting like a spoiled little brat. She's your family, Alice. This is your little sister's wedding. You're not gonna go to your only sister's wedding? What kind of cold-hearted, bitter, jealous person refuses to go to their own sister's wedding? I expected better from you, Alice. I'm really, really disappointed.
My sister? Who are you talking about? I don't have any sister. Were you maybe referring to that awful, vile, home-wrecking slut who stole my fiancé from me and even got knocked up by him for good measure? If that's the person you're referring to, then you're sadly mistaken. She's not my sister. Not anymore.
Oh, someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Or maybe it's just that time of the month. Be careful, Alice. You're already ugly enough when you're not angry. Imagine how ugly you look right now.
Excuse me?
Look, I get it. You're jealous of your sister because she's prettier than you. But no matter what you do or say, I'm not gonna get back together with you. So give up on me, okay? You can hate your sister all you want, but it's not gonna help you. Mia is the only girl in the world for me right now. And there's no woman, least of all you, who could take me away from her.
Get over yourself, you narcissistic lecher. I don't have any feelings left for you.
Sure you don't, sure. Whatever you say. Tell you what, if it'll make you feel better, how about you and me getting together every once in a while for a little afternoon delight while Mia's pregnant?
What?
With Mia being pregnant and all, we just can't have as much fun as we usually do, get it? She needs a break and I need an outlet, so what's the issue? It's not like you've got any other guys on the hook.
You really are the worst man I've ever met. I'm at a loss for words.
Hey, at least I'm not as bad as someone who's gonna skip her own sister's wedding. I don't want to hear any moralistic nonsense from someone who's having a hissy fit over something as trivial as breaking up with her boyfriend. You're her sister. You have a responsibility to be there for Mia on the happiest day of her life.
I thought I made it clear that I don't have a sister.
Huh?
Mia's been excommunicated by the family. She's not my sister, she's not my family, she isn't anything to me anymore. Were you not paying attention when I told you that earlier? There is absolutely nothing connecting the two of us anymore, so I'm not under any obligation to go to her wedding.
Wait, what did you mean just now? You said she was excommunicated by the family? What? I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I don't imagine that would be a very pleasant topic for Mia to breach with you. She was so confident that Mom and Dad would be thrilled to hear about the good news, but they were actually enraged to a point I've never seen from them before. I totally understand why she would keep that a secret from her fiancé.
No way. You mean your parents don't support our marriage? But I don't get it. They're gonna have a grandchild. They should be thrilled. Isn't that every parent's dream, to meet their grandchildren?
Yeah, Mia seemed real confident and pleased with herself when she dropped that bomb on my parents, but her expression sank real fast when she saw how red-faced and angry they were. You should have heard my dad. He told her, "We are never going to give our blessing to your relationship. You stole your sister's fiancé and got pregnant with his child. You're no longer welcome in this house or in our lives. Get out now."
Oh, come on, really? They got that mad about us being together? Seriously, what is wrong with your parents? They've got to be out of their minds.
Would you mind elaborating on that?
What more needs to be said? They should be more aware than anyone else that they have one daughter who's gorgeous and one who's horrendously ugly. Did they really think any sane man would pick you over Mia? Not to mention they're just going to abandon their own grandchild. It makes zero sense for them to take your side. If they knew what was best for them, they'd kick your ugly face out of the house, not Mia.
Could you be a bit more creative with your insults? Hearing ugly, ugly, ugly every sentence is getting old. Besides, ugly or not, I'm still their child. Their real child. In what universe would someone prioritize an adopted child over their own biological child?
Huh? Adopted? Wait.
My parents raised Mia and loved her like she was their own. But their adopted daughter did the lowest, cruelest, and most hurtful thing possible to their real daughter. I don't see any other way this could have ended but with her getting shown the door. She didn't just betray me, she betrayed the parents who took her in out of love and compassion.
Hold on. Back up. You're dropping a really big bomb on me right now, and it's pretty hard to take in. So, Mia was adopted?
You said it yourself, Taylor. Looking at us, you'd never guess that we were sisters, and, well, there's a very good reason for that. We're not sisters, not biologically anyway. Mia isn't my parents' daughter. She was adopted.
Oh, okay, now I get it. I mean, what? She was adopted? I had no idea. She never told me.
Although she is technically related to us, but only barely. The truth is, Mia was the love child of one of my dad's relatives. That relative died in a sudden accident, and we only ever learned about Mia's existence after that. It sent the family into total chaos. Not only did they have to deal with the death of a relative, they had to deal with the aftermath of his infidelity. They had a long series of discussions about whether one of them would take her in or would they just put her in an orphanage. My dad's conscience wouldn't let them just throw her away like that, so he said that he would adopt her and raise her as his own.
No way! But Mia looks exactly like your parents. There's no way she was adopted. Both of your parents are attractive people. Your family clearly has good genes. The only one who looks out of place is you. You must be the one that's adopted.
Don't take my word for it. My relatives all say that I look just like my mom when she was younger. I'd say I look like my dad, too, if you ask me.
BS, you're lying.
Back when they were kids, both my mom and my dad were actually kind of short and chubby. They hit their growth spurts during puberty, and then everything kind of evened out.
Really? I find that kind of hard to believe.
Ever since they first took her in, my parents loved Mia just as much as they loved me. They didn't play favorites or anything. I never thought of Mia as anything but my beloved younger sister. But now, Mia betrayed me in the most viciously evil way I could think of. And not just me, in doing so, she also betrayed my parents in a big way. I'll never forget the tears in my mom's eyes when she looked at Mia and told her, "I will never call you my daughter ever again as long as I live." It was one of the most heartbreaking things I'd ever seen.
This can't be happening. I was so sure that your parents would support us being together. I thought they'd be ecstatic to learn that Mia was pregnant with their grandchild. I never thought things would turn out this way.
Speaking of that grandchild, my parents also were very clear that they never want to meet the baby or have any part in the baby's life. So, looks like you're gonna have to step up, Daddy. You had better work hard to get a promotion at work, because you're the only person in the world who Mia and the baby can count on to support them.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and I know you already sent all your invitations out, so I hate to tell you this after the fact, but don't count on anyone in the family coming. And no, I'm not just talking about my parents. I mean my aunts, uncles, cousins, etc. Hope you can fill all the seats with your side of the family, or else it's gonna be a pretty empty venue.
This isn't fair. Why am I the one getting kicked out of the family? I'm prettier than you. I'm younger than you. I have everything they could want in a daughter. They should be kissing the ground I walk on for giving them a grandchild.
You really still don't get it? They did love you. They were proud of you. You were every bit their daughter as I was. And then you went and betrayed us all. How do you think that made them feel?
Shut up, Alice. If they really loved me, then they should see me as completely equal to you. But if they're kicking me out, not you, then what does that mean? It means they still see me as just a girl they adopted who they can throw away whenever they feel like it. Why would they stick up for you when they have a daughter like me? I don't get it. It's not fair.
Mia, you're pregnant, aren't you? You have a baby, a precious human life inside of you this very moment. I think it should be pretty easy for you to understand how my parents feel considering that.
What do you mean?
Mothers go through morning sickness, they gain weight, they practically offer up their bodies as human sacrifices to help their babies grow bigger and stronger. And finally, they go through indescribable pain to bring them into the world. Even if I'm not a knockout beauty like you, even if I haven't given them a grandchild like you, there's nothing in this world that could bring my parents to toss the child they gave life to into the garbage and replace me with someone else. Let me put it to you this way. If your baby is ugly, will you put them up for adoption?
Well, of course not. I could never do such a thing.
And there it is. Do you get it now? Seriously, how did you ever think you could get my parents to take your side against me? Seriously, Mia, you're such an idiot.
But it's still not fair. I'm the beautiful one. You could ask anyone in the entire world which of us is prettier, and they'd say it was me every single time. Our neighbors always told me how beautiful I was ever since I started living with you guys. Mom and Dad have every reason to take my side against you. I was sure that this was my chance to have them all to myself, to be their one and only true daughter.
Wait, what?
I was always superior to you in every single way, except for one. You were their real daughter and I wasn't. That's why I stole Taylor from you, to show them how superior I was. What kind of pathetic loser gets their fiance stolen by their younger sister? They should be embarrassed to call you their daughter. I thought that once I showed them what you really were, they'd abandon you. Then I could be their one and only daughter, their real daughter, the one they really love.
Mia, is that really what this was all about? You were just trying to be my parents' favorite? You did all of this in hopes of getting me cut off from the family so you could have them all to yourself?
That's exactly why I did it. I had to do it. I had no other choice. If I could just get married before you did and give them a grandchild before you did, then I was sure to become their favorite daughter. Then they'd choose me, their adopted daughter, over you, their real daughter. And you wouldn't be their real daughter anymore. I would be their real daughter.
Oh no, you poor thing. You didn't need to do any of that. Mom and Dad always thought of you as their real daughter. It didn't matter that I was their biological daughter and you weren't. They loved us both just the same. I wasn't their number one. Both of us were.
You can't have two number ones. There can only be one number one, and it had to be me.
Mia.
That's why I worked so hard from the time I was a little girl to make everything about myself as perfect as possible. I had to be prettier, smarter, stronger, better in every way I possibly could be in order to prove myself to them. But you didn't deserve anything from them. The only reason they ever had to love you was the fact that you were their biological daughter. You weren't pretty. You weren't any of the things I was.
This is just sad, Mia.
I wanted to get you out of the house and out of my way as quickly as possible. All I wanted was to have their love all for myself. That's all I wanted. Was that so much to ask? But now look at what's happened. I don't get it. Why? Why, Alice? Why?
This all happened as a direct result of your actions, Mia. I understand it must have been difficult for you growing up as an adopted child alongside me, but Mom and Dad would never have wanted you to do something like this. All they wanted was for us to stay together as a family forever. I wish there was some way I could make you understand.
Shut up! I don't need your lectures. You don't know anything about Mom and Dad. I do. I had to know everything about them. I had to make them love me. I earned their love.
And you had it.
I never saw you as my sister. All you were was fat, ugly, stupid, dead weight. You don't deserve to be my sister. You let me steal your fiance away from you. I won, you lost. It doesn't matter if Mom and Dad chose you over me. I still beat you, and nothing you do can ever change that.
You're right, Mia. you're completely right. I was betrayed by the person who I had loved for as long as I can remember as my little sister. You beat me. I'm a loser. But there are plenty of other men out there. The next time I give my heart to a man, he's not going to be a lying, cheating jerk. Parents, however, are in much shorter supply. And the only parents you've ever known just abandoned you. If I'm a loser, what does that make you?
Don't compare me to you. I am nothing like you.
Someday I'm sure you'll come to understand what a massive mistake you've made. You threw away something that you can never, ever get back, and when that reality sets in, well, you're gonna be in for a hard time. It's far too late for you to regret what you've done and make amends. Mom and Dad have already blocked your number. They never want to speak to you again.
No, they can't do that. I'm their daughter. It's never too late. I'll go and apologize to them once they've cooled their heads. It'll all be okay. It has to be okay.
Sorry, Mia, but some things can't be undone and some words can't be unsaid. I hope you and Taylor can find some semblance of happiness together. And remember, now Taylor and that baby are the only family you have in the world. I hope you treat your new family better than you treated your last one. Mia and Taylor had their wedding as scheduled, but just as I predicted, not one person Mia invited came. None of her friends and none of her now former family. And what's worse, not even Taylor's family and friends came to celebrate with them. Taylor knew this would happen when every single person RSVP'd saying they weren't gonna come. He tried to salvage it somehow by going directly to people and begging them to come, but it was no use. It seems none of them were interested in celebrating the wedding between a cheating man and a backstabbing sister. They ended up getting no presents from anyone and still having to foot the bill for the venue, dress, tuxedo, and reception all by themselves. The baby was born healthy and strong sometime after that, but just like with their wedding, they didn't get any gifts or even congratulations from any of their friends or family. So Taylor's now working double shifts at his job to work off the costs of their wedding and raising their baby, and Mia's left all day trying to figure out how to take care of a baby with no advice from her mother or other older relatives. She's now just a shadow of her old self, and all the beauty that she had once staked her pride on is a thing of the past. I only wish she could have learned her lesson before it was too late.
You've got some nerve thinking you have the right to marry my son. I will never, ever allow a person such as yourself to get married to my Eugene. Do I make myself crystal clear? You are never welcome in this house again. A mere peasant such as yourself has no business setting foot in a home like ours.
Wow, when I saw the notification that you had texted me, I was expecting to see an apology. You know, since you threw a cup of tea all over me and chased me out the door, this was quite the experience. I've never met someone so willing to out themselves as a sociopathic comic book villain before.
And why would I apologize for doing any of that? It was all for your benefit. I had to make sure you were aware of your position in society. You should be thanking me, if anything.
Excuse me? Just what do you mean by my position in society?
I'm sorry. Is English not your strong suit? I thought it was perfectly clear what I meant. In this world, you're the kind of person that gets things thrown at them when they don't know their place. Does that make things clearer to you? Or will I have to dumb it down even more to make you understand? Honestly, you can't even comprehend basic English. How did you ever get the idea in your head that you were worthy of my son?
The issue isn't my English. The issue is your nonsensical logic. First thing, my family isn't poor, so you're just plain wrong on that point. Second, even if I were poor, that wouldn't give you the right to physically assault me for coming into your home when invited.
How adorable! A person who went to nothing but public schools all the way from elementary to high school thinks they aren't poor? Furthermore, not only was your father nothing but an ordinary salaried employee, but your mother worked. She had a job rather than being a housewife. If that isn't poor, then I have no idea what is.
Yeah, we agree on that point. You have no idea what a poor family is. You think that makes a family poor? Are you serious?
Oh, you silly, silly girl. Compared to our family, all of you commoners are poor. Men who make a respectable living don't need to ship their wives off to some factory to make ends meet. I quit my job the very day that I married my husband, and I haven't earned one single solitary cent ever since. My husband runs his own company. He's an elite executive. I can get anything I could possibly want in this world with just his income alone.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you have a very comfortable lifestyle with your husband's income. He runs one of the biggest companies in the state, and well, I'm trying to remember what Eugene told me. How many houses do you guys own? Was it 4 or 5?
4? What do you think I am, lower middle class? We have 6 houses, thank you very much. We had 5 for some time, but we drove by a lovely little cottage a few weeks ago, so I had my husband buy it for me. My husband is absolutely wonderful to me. He buys me whatever I want. I'm sure that must be quite a shock, coming from a family who only owns a single run-down shack.
Leaving the run-down jab aside for now, yes, we own one house, but seeing as my parents both worked, it was hard for us to go on any extended vacations together anyway. We could barely ever go camping overnight, much less go and stay in a second home for the weekend.
I really don't understand how you peasants could live like that. Our family went on vacations whenever we felt like it. That's one of the benefits of inheriting a successful family business. Since you run the whole company, there's no need for you to ask for time off work. You simply take it. I've probably forgotten about more family vacations than a pauper like you has ever taken.
How lovely for you.
And my lifestyle didn't change one bit after marrying my husband. He's an incredibly talented businessman, one of the best in the country, I'd say. He managed to start up his own company, even without the financial assistance of my fabulously wealthy parents. Not only that, but he made it into a giant in the industry. Eugene inherited his genes, too. He's just as talented as his father. He took my grandparents' company and made it into an even more powerful enterprise.
Trust me, I am very aware of what a hard-working and talented man Eugene is. Leading a well-established company like that at such a young age has to come with a ton of pressure. But he doesn't ever seem like the pressure bothers him at all. He just pushes on towards whatever goal he's working on and generating results, too. It's precisely that nature of his that makes me want to support him as his wife.
Hold your tongue, peasant girl! I've tried so hard to get you to understand just how low your stature is, but you are bound and determined to avoid the plain truth. My family is descended from nobility, and our company has well over 100 years of history. My husband is one of the most successful businessmen in this state in a century, and my wonderful son is already a successful executive at his young age. Many of my relatives run their own companies as well. A lowly, impoverished girl like you has no business marrying into a family like mine. I order you to break up with my son immediately.
Well, Katrina, you've made your opposition to our marriage very clear. I also know that your reason for opposing our marriage is because I'm apparently not wealthy enough for your standards.
Yes, and that's a perfectly valid reason. Marriages are supposed to take place between people who are of the same caliber. You, my dear, are simply not up to snuff. I won't let you have my son. Don't think I don't know that you're only marrying my son for his money, you vile, greedy little girl.
Okay then, fine. We'll call the engagement off.
Good! Now never come anywhere near our house again. If people see you in the area, it'll cause local real estate values to plummet.
Understood. Goodbye, Katrina.
Alina, is it true? Are you really breaking off our engagement? My mom just called me over. She said she had something really important to talk to me about, and she told me that you accepted her request to break off our engagement? Please, Alina, tell me that isn't true.
No, it's the truth, actually. The way she was talking to me, it just made me so sick to my stomach. I couldn't just sit back and take it anymore, so I decided to put our marriage on hold for now.
Alina, I am so sorry for the way my mother spoke to you today. Don't worry, I'm gonna have a serious heart-to-heart talk with my mom about this. I'll have her apologize to you in person. So please don't do this. Don't break up with me. You're the only woman in the world for me. There's no one else I'd rather marry.
I really appreciate you saying that, Eugene. It makes me so happy to have a man love me the way you do. But I'm sorry, I just can't get married while the mother of the groom is so desperately opposed to the marriage. It just wouldn't work out. I had no choice but to call off the engagement.
But Alina!
Don't worry, Eugene. Everything's gonna be all right. Remember, I'm only calling off our engagement for now. I didn't say for good.
Wait. Really? So we're not breaking up?
She said to call the engagement off, so I did. It's as simple as that. My long-term plans remain unchanged, however. I still have every intention of marrying you. We're going to be together forever, Eugene. It might just take a wee bit longer than we originally planned. That's all.
Really? You mean it? So, it's not that you don't love me anymore?
Not at all. I still love you just as much as I ever have. I just can't get over what a stupid reason your mother has for opposing our relationship. Seems like she needs a little bit of convincing. If I can convince her that I'm a fitting wife, all our troubles are solved. I'm gonna make her an offer she can't refuse, so they say. When I'm through with her, she'll be begging me to marry you.
Alina, why are you quoting a mafia movie? What are you planning to do to my mother? You're kind of scaring me here.
To be honest, I haven't come up with a concrete plan yet, but I have a couple of ideas I'm working on.
Well, okay, but just as long as that concrete doesn't end up on my mom's feet, got it? Seriously, though, I don't think you need to be so concerned about having my mom's consent or not. Why can't we just ignore her? She'll come to accept it sooner or later if we just push forward. Plus, my dad is super supportive of us. I'm sure if we told him we wanted to elope, he'd give us his blessing.
Yeah, that is one option we have available to us, I guess. But my pride won't allow me to take the easy way out in this situation. I'm gonna prove to your mom that I'm the only woman out there who's good enough for you.
Wow. You know, you're typically kind of quiet and avoid confrontation, but man, when you get your mind set on something, there's nothing in the world that could stop you. All right then, Alina, if that's the way you feel, then you go ahead and do what you need to do. We can put our wedding on hold for now, like you want, but if it's all right, could we work together on convincing my mom to accept our relationship? I don't want you to have to do it alone.
Thanks, Eugene. I appreciate you being so understanding. My goal is to have everything settled before the end of the year. Do you think you could handle waiting until then?
Well, I've heard everything from Eugene, Alina. I see you've finally given up on your ridiculous attempt to marry my son.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I haven't given up on Eugene by a long shot. We're only breaking off our engagement. Technically, you could say that we've broken up, but I still have every intention to marry Eugene.
And here I was thinking you finally saw reason. What a silly little girl you are. You peasant types never know when to quit, do you? It's embarrassing to watch. Every single word you say makes me more and more confident I was right about you, Alina. You're not up to snuff to marry into this family.
Speaking of which, I had something I wanted to ask you about. When you say I'm not up to snuff, what does that mean specifically? What would you consider being up to snuff?
What?
It's clear that this is a subjective judgment by you, so I'd like you to clarify what you mean by that. More specifically, what would I have to do in order to get you to accept me as a suitable wife for Eugene? I'm very much in love with Eugene, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes for you to approve of me. So what about me isn't up to snuff? What would I have to do to become up to snuff?
I don't see why I should have to explain myself to the likes of you, but since you're being so obnoxiously persistent, I'll humor you. I'm talking about money, you dolt. If you don't have at least a similar net worth to ours, then there's no way I could ever consider you as up to snuff for my Eugene.
Ah, I see. So let me see if I have this correct. You're saying that I need to have as much money as your family does, right?
Isn't that what I just told you? Yes. If you had as much money as my family does, then I would accept your relationship. Not that a pathetic little peasant girl like yourself could ever do that. It would take you 1,000 years, maybe even 10,000.
You really think it would take that long?
Oh no. Are you going to tell me that you're going to go right now and start saving up money until you have as much as my family does? You must have dropped out of high school or something. Basic math skills would tell you that's impossible. You could save $1,000 a month every month for the rest of your life, and it still wouldn't be enough, you idiot. It's clear to me now why you thought you deserved to marry my Eugene. You're not living in reality. You're living in some peasant fantasy world.
Huh?
Did you forget what I told you before? I come from a line of successful entrepreneurs. He's retired now, but my grandfather ran the family business he inherited from his father. Eugene now runs that company, and he's grown our family's wealth and influence to a far greater level than it ever has been. My husband is a successful businessman in his own right. He built his own company from the ground up, and it's now one of the most successful companies in the area. When you add up our real estate and other liquid assets, our net worth is positively astronomical, something the likes of you could never possibly comprehend. I would make a conservative estimate of our total net worth at around 50 million.
50 million, huh? I see. You're right, that is quite a lot of money. It definitely would be difficult to build up that kind of wealth from scratch.
Do you see now, peasant girl? Are you finally prepared to give up on marrying Eugene? No matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you save, no matter what you do, there is no possible way that you will ever end up being up to snuff for this family. Now go and marry some poor man who's just as poor as you are. You'll find plenty of them downtown on the street, living in cardboard boxes.
Nah, no thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and marry Eugene. After all, my family meets your criteria of being up to snuff, so you shouldn't have any problem with us getting married. Isn't that great news?
What on earth are you talking about? I give up. I surrender. You are totally hopeless. Even after all this time, you still think your pathetic, impoverished family is worthy of associating with mine.
You said we'd need to have a net worth of 50 million, right? We've got plenty more than that. I was actually kind of surprised you set your standards so low, to be honest. I had no idea you'd be so reasonable. Now that that's settled, Eugene and I can go back to preparing for our wedding.
Are you out of your mind? Do you have any idea how much money 50 million is? If you make 1,000 a day, it would take you over 100 years to save that much. There's no way a family as poor as yours could ever have that much money. It's mathematically impossible. What are you going to try and tell me now? Have you just been pretending to be a poor family and the truth is that you're actually fabulously wealthy?
Yeah, actually we are. My family may not live too extravagantly, but the truth is we are quite wealthy. You said you were descended from nobility, isn't that right? Me too. I have royal blood.
Wait, you have royal blood? What do you mean?
It's surprising to hear, huh? Imagine how I felt the first time my parents told me about it. They sat me down one day when I was old enough to understand and broke the news to me. I didn't even believe them at first. I started laughing. I thought it was all some kind of prank.
I don't believe that story either. That's all a lot of nonsense. Clearly your parents are just lying to you to make you feel better about being in abject poverty. I mean, think about it, Alina. If your family were really royalty, why on earth would you be living in a place like this? I can't believe you actually took such a ridiculous story seriously.
Believe it or not, it's the truth. But my grandfather was actually a member of an Arabian royal family. And as for why we're living here, we moved over here when my grandpa died, before I was born.
Are you being serious right now?
My grandmother was from around here, but she went on a trip in the Middle East after graduating from high school. While she was there, my grandpa saw her while he was out on the town disguised as a commoner to get away from their mansion for a while and instantly fell in love with her. So, yeah, he went up and talked to her, and long story short, my grandma became a princess.
A princess?
To be fair, it's not like she was the only princess. My grandpa wasn't even in line to inherit the throne, so she was never going to be the queen or anything. But being royalty, they had enough money to live wherever they wanted, however they wanted, with no issues. Their happiness was short-lived, though. Shortly after their son, my dad, was born, my grandpa passed away in a tragic accident. So my grandma had a discussion with the rest of the royal family about what to do, and in the end, they all agreed that it would be for the best for my grandma to move back here with my dad. They made a deal with her. In exchange for inheriting all of her husband's share of their family's assets, she would renounce her and my dad's royal status. They obviously didn't want some distant relatives coming around in the future all of a sudden making a claim to the throne, you see.
That sounds like something out of a movie.
Needless to say, the money that she inherited was more than enough for her to raise my dad by herself. She also invested that money well, and so her fortune just kept growing and growing and growing. And as a result of that, my family's estate is just about as big as yours is.
I don't believe this. It can't be true. If you really had that much money, you'd surely be living a much more luxurious lifestyle than you are now. Your house, your clothes, your car, everything you own is so painfully middle class.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, I guess my family just never really had much of a taste for luxury. Plus, the only reason we had all that money was because my grandma married into royalty. It seemed like it would be disrespectful to my grandpa's memory if we just went and squandered it all on expensive junk. But you, on the other hand, are one incredible person, Katrina. All your family's money is from the hard work of your grandparents, your parents, your husband, and your son. You haven't worked a day in your life, have you? But you have absolutely no problem lording your family's wealth over other people despite doing nothing at all to contribute to it. That's incredible.
What did you just say? Are you trying to insult me, Alina?
Insult you? Oh, perish the thought. I'd never dream of insulting you. I'm just impressed with how uninhibited you are, that's all. If it were me, I'd never be able to act like you do. I'd be way too ashamed. But you don't seem like it bothers you at all. That's incredible.
You are insulting me, aren't you?
In any case, everything I've just said is true. So my family meets your criteria. We have just as much, if not more, money to our names as your family does. So what do you say to that, Katrina? Is my family up to snuff? Do you still object to me and Eugene getting married?
Oh, that. Well,
If you don't believe me yet, that's fine. I can prove everything if you want me to. I can go and get some bank statements showing a detailed breakdown of my family's assets. My grandma can show you the pictures from their wedding with the whole royal family together, too. You should see her dress. It was gorgeous. Oh, wait, that's right. You told me that I was never welcome at your house again because my presence might lower neighborhood real estate values. How about I give all the documents to Eugene and have him bring them to you? Would you prefer doing it that way? Anyway, I'm gonna go and get everything ready. I'll let Eugene know when I'm done.
I can't believe it. You were telling the truth. You really are descended from royalty. Oh, and your grandmother's dress really was gorgeous. I'd love to wear a dress like that. And all the bank documentation checked out, so you really are just as wealthy as we are. I admit that now.
Well, thank you very much for believing me, Katrina. Can I take this to mean that you now no longer have any objections to Eugene and I getting married? Is that right?
Of course, go right ahead, dear. Now that I know the truth, I don't have any more reason to oppose your relationship. Quite the contrary, I'd be thrilled for my son to marry a woman of such high stature as yourself. We would love to welcome you into our family as a daughter-in-law.
Isn't that generous of you?
Oh, do listen, though, dear. The truth is, on the inside, I've always been completely supportive of your relationship. Really, all I've ever wanted was for my darling son to marry the woman he loved, and for the two of you to live happily ever after. It's just that, well, you understand, don't you? I had to consider the social standing of my family. I had no choice but to object. It's not that I wanted to get in between you two. I wished that there was some way you could be together. I'm sorry for calling you things like poor, peasant, pauper, impoverished, middle class, idiot, dolt, and, well, all the other nasty things I said to you. I never meant a single word of it, Alina. You understand that, don't you?
Wow, this is quite a change of heart for you. It's almost like I'm speaking to a completely different person.
I can say the same about you. Now that I know the truth, I wouldn't want Eugene to marry any woman in the world except you. I'm so glad that you'll finally be able to get married. Ever since the day you walked into our house, I thought that the two of you were so perfect for each other.
Well, thanks for that. Although it seems odd that you would throw a cup of tea all over the woman who you thought was perfect for your son.
Oh, that silly old story. Oh, let's just forget that ugly incident ever happened. What's important is that now you and my son are getting married. So we need to get working on planning the wedding right away. I'd say this calls for a lavish celebration. We're going to have a wedding fit for a princess.
Nah, that's all right. We're gonna have a small, simple wedding with just the immediate family members. Me and Eugene don't really care that much about fancy food, decorations, that sort of thing.
Don't be ridiculous, I insist! We're going to have a wedding that puts your grandparents one to shame. After all, neither of our families are hurting for money. We should have the kind of party that people of our economic class have.
Really, Katrina, it's fine. We don't need that. We don't want that either.
I have a friend of a friend who knows the designer who designs dresses for a number of Hollywood actresses. We'll have them make your dress. And of course, I'll want a dress too. What do you think, Alina? What kind of dress are you going to buy for me? Oh, do you think you could ask for one of your grandmother's in-laws to make me one?
Hold on. You want me to buy a dress for you?
Well, obviously, yes. After all, I did consent to you marrying my son, didn't I? You want to show your appreciation to me for that, don't you? With a fortune like yours, you can surely afford to splurge a little on such a special occasion. I'd say something in the neighborhood of 30,000 would suffice.
I'm not spending $30,000 or even $300 on a dress for you, Mom. I'm not even going to invite you to our wedding, so leave Alina alone. Never bother her again.
Huh? Wait, did you just call me Mom? Eugene, is that you? Are you with Alina right now?
Yeah, I am. We've been having an important talk about our future, and we've made our decision. I'm cutting you out of my life, and we're just going to have a small wedding for our immediate family. Nothing that we do from now on is any concern of yours, so don't butt into our affairs.
Eugene, what are you saying? You're cutting me out of your life. You can't do that to me. And how can you refuse to invite your own mother to your wedding? Why are you acting like this all of a sudden?
You want to know why, Mom? Go ahead and think back on everything you've done to us so far. You've done nothing but insult, demean, and mock my fiance, the woman who I chose to spend the rest of my life with. Not only that, you threw a cup of tea on her and threw her out of the house. Honestly, I don't know where you get off even thinking you have the right to talk to Alina at all after doing something like that.
But I just told Alina that I didn't mean it. I never wanted to oppose your relationship. I just had to. Everything I did was to protect you, Eugene.
Oh, shut up. I don't want to hear any more lame excuses out of you, Mom. It took way too long, but I'm grateful that you finally came to accept the fact that we're going to be together. That doesn't change anything, though. Once Alina and I are officially married, I'm never speaking to you again.
Eugene, no.
When we have kids, you're not ever going to meet them. You're going to grow old, sad, and alone because of what you've done. And the best part, you're not even going to have all the money you love so much to keep you company.
How can you talk so cruelly to your own mother, Eugene? And besides, you're wrong. I won't die poor and alone. I still have your father with me, and as long as I have him, then I won't be in need of company or money. Why would you say such a ridiculous thing?
I wouldn't be so sure of that if I were you, Mom. I doubt Dad is going to be as willing to support you as you think he is.
What? What do you mean?
I mean that I'm not the only one who's completely fed up with you over this. Dad, Grandpa, and even Grandma are all just as furious at you as I am. I had a talk with all of them before coming here to talk with Alina today. Dad's considering divorcing you, and Grandpa is saying that he's hurt that you would be treating the wealth he built as if it were your own.
What? Hold on. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. Divorce? Divorce? Why would that old fool go and say something like that all of a sudden?
This isn't sudden. He's been thinking about it for quite some time now.
But that's...
It's true that we're wealthier than most people. We're literally the 1%ers people get so mad at these days. But you've been looking down on and mistreating other people just because of our economic status. Every snide remark you've made about people with less money than us has pushed Dad one step closer to where he is now. You haven't noticed? You sleep in the same bed as him.
I had no idea. But wait... He always told me that I could buy whatever I wanted, go wherever I wanted, do whatever I wanted. He even bought that lovely cottage for me just a short while ago.
That was just his way of not having to deal with you. He was just saying earlier that it gives him a headache just having to talk to you these days.
He did?
And think about it, Mom. Why do you think Grandpa gave the company to me? Don't you think it was odd that he would completely skip over you, his own daughter, and hand ownership and control of his company straight over to me?
Well, that's because I've never been much for working. All I've ever been is a housewife.
Yeah, that's all you've ever done, and you can't even do that well. You don't even do the housework. You hire a maid service to do all of that for you. You've never shown any desire, interest, or capability of running the company. A skilled businessman like Grandpa could easily see that you'd run the company straight into the ground. So tell me, Mom, exactly what is the point of keeping you around anyway? All you do all day, every day, is spend our money and insult other people. But you weren't satisfied with that. No, you also had to butt into your son's relationship and try to get his fiancée to break up with him. Conversely, can you think of a reason for Dad not to divorce you?
Well,
Why don't you take some time off from being an elitist jerk and think about just what sort of position you're in? All you are is someone lucky enough to be born into a wealthy family and marry a successful man. What would you do if you got kicked to the curb? You'd be living in a cardboard box by the day's end.
no. Oh, this can't be happening. I can't get divorced at my age. I wouldn't be able to live the life of a commoner. It would kill me.
Then I guess you had better do whatever you need to do to keep Dad from divorcing you. If that is, there's anything that you can do about it at this point.
Oh no. Oh, this is terrible. What am I going to do?
You should have thought about that before you went and tried to make my fiancé break up with me. And just to make myself crystal clear, I don't ever want you talking to Alina ever again. Do you understand that? We're not inviting you to the wedding, and you're not allowed to come to our new house once it's built. If you ever try to come and talk to us, I'll throw a cup of tea at you and throw you out the door, just like you did to Alina.
Eugene and I finally got married and had the small family-only service that we wanted. Just like we told her, we didn't invite her to the wedding. Instead, she stayed at home doing housework all day by herself. I wonder how long it's been since she's actually done any housework by herself. She's used to having the maid service do everything for her. Seems that it was a massive shock to her system when Eugene told her he was cutting her out of his life. After that, she went to her husband and her parents and arranged a time for them to talk things out. First, Eugene demanded that she send me a letter of apology immediately. Second, her husband told her that she's on final notice. He wouldn't divorce her right away, but if she didn't change her ways, then he would divorce her in a heartbeat. Third, her parents said that she wouldn't receive a single penny of inheritance from them unless she got a job for herself. Like Eugene said to her in that last text exchange, her husband and parents were fed up with her too, and they weren't going to take it anymore. She's currently working on the cleaning staff at her husband's company. Apparently, he didn't just give her the job. She had to go through the interview process like everyone else. I hope this teaches her a lesson about the value of money and hard work.
You better bring more money with you the next time you show up at our doorstep, or else I'll kick you right back out onto the curb like I did today. You got that? Remember, the entry fee is $500 and not 1 cent less. I would accept more, though. You could also pay in advance if that makes it easier for you. Like, pay $5,000 up front and I'll deign to let you come inside 10 times.
I cannot believe that you would treat me so terribly, Mary. I am truly disappointed in you. All I wanted to do was come and give you a gift to congratulate you on your new house finally being built. I never expected that you would try to charge me an entry fee to go into my own son's house.
Oh, quit your pathetic whining, Mom. You're in no position to be lecturing me about anything. I mean, what kind of societal reject walks around without having at least $500 in cash on them at any given time? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're dirt poor. You probably don't even have $500 in your savings account.
How many more insults are you going to heap on me today, Mary? Charging your mother-in-law an entry fee to come into your house to visit you? I've never heard of such a thing. Do you fancy your house to be some sort of amusement park or exclusive club?
Ugh, for crying out loud. We've been through all this before, Mom. Did you forget? Are you going senile or something? Don't tell me you don't remember that the new house we just built cost us over $1 million. So yeah, our house is basically an exclusive club. How many houses in this area do you think are as luxurious as ours? You want to kick back and relax in the lap of luxury in my house? Well, you're not going to do that for free.
No matter how many times you tell me that, it's still just as ridiculous as the first time. If you wanted your gift in cash, then you could have simply asked for that.
I'm sorry, did you think this was only going to be a one-time thing? Bless your heart. No, every single time you want to come and visit us, you'll have to shell out another $500. It's very simple. You're my mother-in-law, you're dirt poor, I don't want you around. So if I charge you money every time you come over, then you'll never come around. This system will also be great at cutting down on the unexpected visits. Wasn't this a great idea? Oh, I am such a genius for coming up with the perfect mother-in-law repellent system. I should patent it. I would never intrude on you and Ken's private life like that. You know that whenever I come to visit the two of you, I always call ahead to see if you're busy. All I wanted to do today was give you your gift, chat for a little while, and be on my way. So please, Mary, won't you stop this ridiculous entry fee nonsense? Can't we have a normal relationship? Oh, shut up, would you? God, you're obnoxious. It's not my fault that you're dirt poor, so don't come crying to me about that. You should have worked harder. There you go again. Why are you calling me dirt poor? You'll have to explain that to me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Even if it were true, that is no way to talk to any person you interact with, much less your own mother-in-law. It's just the truth. What's wrong with saying the plain and simple truth? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just calling it as I see it. Just what do you think you're seeing anyway? Man, I have the worst luck. Here I was, thinking I had finally found myself a man who was worthy of my time. Ken works for one of the most powerful law firms in the state, and he's on track to become the youngest partner in the firm's history. You have no idea how many women I had to get rid of in order to get him to focus his attention on me. And now I find out that he's the product of a dirt poor, broken home. Ugh, yuck. I felt like I was gonna puke when I found out right before the wedding. It was too late. I was already stuck with him. And you. Mary, that attitude of yours is positively atrocious. You were never like this before you and Ken got married. I remember the first time I met you, you seemed like the sweetest girl. You were so polite and respectful to me. You even told me you respected me for raising such a fine and upstanding man as Ken. I was just being polite. You didn't notice? Pathetic. I did what I had to do in order to get my hands on the single most eligible bachelor in the city. That's all. What? And wow, did my hard work and perseverance pay off. We're officially married. I won. So now I don't have any more reason to play this sweet and innocent act in front of you or anyone else but Ken. I see you finally decided to reveal what you truly are, Mary. Yep, because I've already won, and there is nothing you can do about it, so give it up. If you want to come and see your son ever again, you're going to have to do as I say, cough up the cash or get lost. The entry fee for peasants is $500, no less. Don't have the money? Not my problem. Go get a job or something. I promise you, Mary, you are going to regret this. Oh no, I'm really scared. Would you get out of here already? You're still hanging around outside our house? I can see you from the second floor window. You look so jealous on the outside, looking in at our fabulous lifestyle. Are you gonna cry? Oh God, I hope you cry. I'm not crying, Mary. I'm leaving. Seems like I wasted my time coming here. That's a mistake I won't be making ever again. I'll never come back to this house. And you can forget about the gift I was going to give you. Aw, I'm so sad. I bet you saved up money for years to buy that cheap bottle of wine or whatever it was. I'll pass. I bet any gift we got from a dirt poor old woman like you would be covered in all kinds of poor people diseases and fleas and stuff.
Hey, Mom, I'm sorry about today. I know you were planning on coming over to celebrate the new house being finished with us, but I had to step out for work. One of our firm's biggest clients had a big problem that had to be dealt with immediately.
I understand, Ken. I know you have a very demanding career. Getting called in on your days off must be exhausting for you.
Thanks for being so understanding, Mom. So what did you think of the new house? Did you like the cathedral ceiling in the living room? I know you always liked that kind of design. Oh, and did Mary take you by my study and the theater room? I'm really proud of how those turned out. That house was the product of long years of hard work, so I wanted it to be everything I've ever dreamed of.
Yes, Ken, I'm sure the house is positively gorgeous, although all I was able to see was the exterior.
Huh? You only saw the outside? What do you mean? You came out all this way and you didn't even come inside?
I tried, but I wasn't allowed in. Mary told me that if I wanted to come inside, I would have to pay an entry fee of $500.
What? An entry fee?
She explained it by saying that I should expect to pay a proper fee if I wanted to relax in a house that cost over $1 million to build. And unfortunately, I didn't have that much cash on me. So I took a good look at the exterior from the sidewalk out in front, and I left.
Hold on, this doesn't make any sense. Mary really told you that? Like, for real, Mom? I mean, she knew you were coming to give us a present.
I had a feeling for some time now that she didn't think as highly of me as she let on. Whenever she looked at me, she always seemed like she was examining me, judging me. I can't quite describe it, but it was just odd. But I had no idea she would do such an about face and how she treats me after all this time.
Wait, what? I had no idea this was going on. You mean Mary was treating you poorly all this time?
She put on a good face when you were in the room, but once you left, she changed completely. You remember when you brought her to my house to introduce her to me and you went into the bathroom? Well, while you were away, she started to ask me about how much my clothes cost, what brand they were, and the like.
Really?
And when I told her the truth, that they were just things I picked up from the department store, she started snickering at me. I believe her words were, "Oh my God, is that all you can afford to buy?" I believe that was the precise moment when she changed her opinion of me.
I don't believe it.
She also asked me about how much the rent was for my apartment. I answered truthfully again, but it seems she was under the wrong impression. She got upset and told me that I should downsize and move somewhere cheaper. It seems that she thinks you're the one paying for my living expenses.
Oh, man. Now that you mention it, Mary's been acting kind of weird about that lately. She's been asking me how much money I'm giving you each month. And I mean, I keep telling her that I'm not giving you any money at all, but she just keeps asking, how much, how much, how much?
I feel terrible about this, Ken, but I'm afraid I won't be able to go to your house anymore. $500 is simply too much to pay each time I visit.
No, Mom, you don't need to pay us anything at all. Look, I'm gonna go have a talk with Mary about this. It's not that I don't trust you, but this is just hard for me to believe.
I understand completely, Ken. It must come as a huge shock to you. She's always been such a sweet girl and a wonderful wife for you. You don't need to worry about me, dear. I'll just keep my distance with Mary. We'll find some way to continue to see each other.
What is wrong with you? How could you go and tattle on me to Ken like that? He came up to me yesterday and asked me about the entry fee I'm making you pay.
Well, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to tell Ken about that? Why not, dear? Is it because you know you're in the wrong and didn't want Ken to know? If that's the case, you shouldn't have tried to extort me like that in the first place.
Shut up, you obnoxious old hag. Seriously, you're the worst mother-in-law ever. You're just as annoying as mother-in-laws are, but without having any money to give us.
What?
I bet you thought Ken was going to get on my case about that, didn't you? Well, too bad for you. He wasn't mad at me at all.
Is that so?
I was kind of nervous at first, but he didn't ask me any kind of follow-up questions at all. All he did was ask me if it was true that I was charging you an entry fee, and when I said yes, he just said, "Thanks for telling me." That's all. I told him everything, even the fact that I called you dirt poor, and he didn't even care. He didn't tell me to stop. He didn't tell me to be nicer to you. Nothing. Looks like Ken and I are on the same page. Neither of us wants you in our nice new mansion.
Oh, you agree, do you?
I mean, yeah. Duh, obviously. After all, Ken paid for that house with his own money. In fact, I bet he cares about the house even more than I do. We can't just let homeless shelter rejects waltz in like they own the place. Our real estate value would plummet. I bet that deep down he thinks that I did the right thing by making you pay to come inside.
I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. And just because he didn't say anything to you about it at the time doesn't mean he has nothing to say about it at all.
You're just sore that I won and you lost. Ken took my side. He doesn't care about you at all. And now that we've officially established that, I'd say it's finally time for us to end this farce of a relationship. You're no longer welcome in our lives, Mom. Oh? I won't ever let you in my house, even if you do bring the $500 entry fee. You're not welcome at Thanksgiving or Christmas either. And when I give birth to your adorable little grandchildren, you are never going to meet them. You're never even going to see their faces or know their names.
I'm all right with that arrangement. Seeing as I'm going to divorce you within the week, you'll never have a chance to have my mom's grandchildren.
What?
So you can go ahead and cut my mom out of your life. And from this day forward, I don't ever want you to speak to her again.
Wait, hold on. Mom? That's not you, is it? Oh no, don't tell me. Is that you, Ken?
And so what if it is? Is there something that you don't want me to know about, Mary?
Oh no, it is you. But why are you there, Ken? I was texting your mom. This isn't your phone number.
No, it's my mom's phone, but I've been sitting next to her this whole time. I thought Mom deserved to hear from me personally about what my next moves were going to be. More specifically, I came to her house today to let her know that I'm going to divorce you.
What? Ken, no, you can't.
Yes, I can. We're getting divorced, Mary. I can no longer continue to live as your husband. After the way you've treated my mother, I don't think I could even stand to see your face or hear your voice.
Hold on, Ken, calm down, okay? This is all happening way too fast. You're not thinking clearly. Why on earth would you want to divorce me?
Do I really have to spell it out for you? I thought it would have been crystal clear by now. You have treated my mother in a shockingly evil way. You're acting like a character in some kind of cheesy soap opera. Did you think you would just get away with everything you did to her?
But I don't get it, Ken. When I told you about everything yesterday, you didn't seem like you were upset at me at all. All you did was hear me out while I told you the whole truth. You just sat there and listened. You didn't even ask me any questions afterward. I took that to mean that you felt the same way that I do about your mom. I mean, you basically brushed it all off completely. You didn't even look like you cared. You do agree with me, don't you? You don't want your mother ruining our image in the neighborhood with your poor mom coming around, right?
After all this time, you don't understand me at all. It's not that I wasn't angry with you yesterday. I simply determined that you weren't worth getting angry at. Any conversation would have been a waste of time, so I walked away.
Ken?
As the good book says, don't throw your pearls before pigs. If I thought that there was any hope at all that you could change, then maybe I might have given you a stern talking to. But sadly, what you said to me exposed the depths of the corruption of your character. I gave up all hope of there ever being any sort of connection between us again.
Ken, let's talk about this, please.
There's nothing more to say. Or, put another way, there's nothing that I can say that would get through to someone like you. No one who would so brazenly mistreat their own husband's mother is either capable or worthy of redemption.
Don't say that.
I have no interest in reconciling with a person of such low moral fiber as yourself, Mary. Pack your things immediately and get out of my house. There is nothing that will change my mind on this. We're getting divorced. I want you out of my life as soon as possible.
Wait, Ken, let me say my piece. I don't want to divorce you. We've only been married for 6 months. And you want to divorce me over something like this? Oh, you can't be serious.
Something like this? Do I need to remind you of all the things that you've done and said to my mom? You mocked her, called her dirt poor, insulted her clothes, declined her gift, and kicked her out of my house. So yeah, Mary, I most assuredly do want to divorce you over something like this.
But Ken...
No buts, Mary. I'm not interested in hearing anything else you have to say. When my mom begged you to let her into the house to see you, did you listen to her? Did you take what she said seriously? No, you shut your heart and your mind and threw her out. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do to you right now.
Please, Ken.
And let me make one thing clear. You called it my house, didn't you? It is not your house. It was once our house, but since the loan and title are both in my name, once we are divorced, it will forever be my house. Tell me, did you ever contribute anything to our finances? No, not 1 cent. What was yours, and what was mine was also yours, according to you. But not anymore. You're gonna have to make it on your own now.
How can you be so cold to me, Ken? After all we've been through together, we were so happy living in that beautiful house. We used to talk about our future together all the time, Ken. Are you just gonna throw that all away? Please don't kick me out of the house, Ken. I'm begging you.
Would you like the house? All right, I'll sign over the title to you. Then you can pay for the mortgage, property taxes, utilities, and so on. Think you can handle that? Do you even know how much the monthly payment is on a $1 million loan? It would cost more than you made in 4 months before we got married.
Duh, of course there's no way I could pay off a loan like that. I know how much I used to make. You don't have to patronize me like that.
Well, then I guess you're out of options. You'll have to say goodbye to the house. Your name isn't on the title, and even if it were, you couldn't pay for it. And to think you had the nerve to say that it was your house. Pathetic. And on top of that, you tried to charge my mom money to get inside.
Come on, why are you being so mean to me, Ken? Don't you think you're going way overboard? Don't you think you're overreacting? You weren't this angry yesterday. If this is how you really felt, why'd you hide it from me? You should have been honest.
Oh, do you think you're in any position to demand full frontal honesty from anyone? I'm not the one whose personality did a complete 180-degree turn the second we got married. So no, I won't take any such complaints from a two-faced liar like you.
Two-faced?
And now let's move on to your treatment of my mom, shall we? My mother is the only reason that I was able to become the man that you married. All my success, all that I am, everything is thanks to her. My father passed away when I was still an infant, leaving her to raise me all by herself. In spite of that, she supported me through college, through law school, through the bar exam, and through my interviews with my first law firm. Every time you insulted her, you were insulting me too, and I will never forget that.
Hey, Ken, look, I guess maybe I kinda got carried away with my excitement about the new house. I'll apologize to your mom about yesterday. Really, what was I thinking? Charging her $500 to get in? I was acting like a total moron. So please, don't divorce me.
I already told you, Mary. You're too late for apologies. Pack your things and get out. I'll have my secretary draw up the divorce papers. She'll contact you when they're finished.
Thanks a lot, Mom. I'm actually getting divorced now, and it's all your fault. I will never forgive you for this until the day I die.
I'm confused, Mary. What on earth are you getting mad at me for? All that happened today is you reaping what you've sown.
Shut up. I'll make you regret coming between Ken and me. You're gonna pay for this, I swear. And when you start to miss me, and you will, don't come crying to me, because I am getting out of this house and never coming back.
Did you really think I would miss you after all that's happened between us?
I am so glad to be rid of that loser Ken. What woman in her right mind would ever want a mama's boy like him for a husband? So what, he's a rich and powerful lawyer. I hope he'll enjoy being single forever, and I hope you can get used to the fact that you are never gonna have any grandchildren.
Oh, don't worry about me, Mary. Regardless of whether my son remarries or remains single, has children or not, I will still be just as proud of him as I have ever been.
I'm gonna marry a guy 10 times better than him next. And this time, he won't be a total moron who loves his mommy more than his own wife. I don't care if he lives in a mansion or not. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna get a ton of money in alimony from Ken. It'll be more than enough to start my life over. I'm gonna use it to buy some super sexy clothes and go to the clubs where all the rich men hang out.
What's that? Alimony? What are you talking about?
Oh my God, are you serious? You don't know what alimony is? Now that Ken is divorcing me, I'm gonna get half of all his stuff. I decided that I wouldn't bother waiting until the lawyers settled everything. I went ahead and withdrew half of the money in his savings account right before I left the house. I now have $200,000 to spend, and boy, am I gonna spend it. With this much money, I could live in total luxury for at least a year.
Mary, no! You can't do that. That's a crime.
Huh?
Yes, you'll be entitled to some of his assets in the divorce, but don't forget you've only been married for a year. Furthermore, money he had saved up prior to your marriage isn't subject to division during the divorce proceedings. You don't just get to walk away with half of everything he's ever earned.
Wait, really?
Yes, really. You need to return that money right now. You'll just have to wait until the lawyers calculate exactly how much you'll receive.
But it's too late to return it. I already spent a bunch of it.
Oh, heavens, Mary. Oh, what have you done?
Well, what was I supposed to do? I need a place to live, right? I just got divorced today. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now. So I just went to the closest apartment to our house and signed a lease for $5,000 a month. And, well, I bought a nice new handbag, or two. It was a good deal, though, only around $10,000 or so.
Oh, no.
So, do I have to give all of the money I took back?
Obviously, yes. And that includes whatever you've already spent.
Uh-oh.
You should be glad you only spent $15,000. That shouldn't take you very long to work off. I mean, I earned that much in just 2 months.
What?
If you think earning $7,500 a month makes me poor, you must be earning far more than that. So yes, you'll be able to repay him that much in no time. Honestly, I don't know what you're so worried about.
Hold on. Did you say $7,500 a month? You make $7,500 a month, Mom? How much do you make in a year?
Well, when you include annual bonuses, I suppose my income is probably a bit north of $100,000 per year.
100,000? You make that much?
Why, yes, Mary, I do. You seemed convinced that I was a poor single mother, but I've never really wanted for money at all. In other words, I could have paid your silly $500 per visit if I really wanted to. But I didn't want to, and so I refused. That's all.
I had no idea. I thought you were just going to be a burden on us. I thought we'd have to support you for the rest of your life.
Well, you thought wrong. Now, as I said, go and return Ken's money as quickly as possible. Don't forget, your ex-husband is a lawyer. I wouldn't try any funny business if I were you. If you're not careful, you might end up digging a deeper hole for yourself than you already have. Mary managed to return all the money she took from Ken. I understand she had to go to her parents to have them loan her the $15,000 she had already spent. She also moved back in with them and started working a part-time job to pay them back. It will take her some time to pay it all back, but she's giving them a few $100s every month. Unfortunately for Mary, in a bizarre twist of fate, the company that she ended up working for was the same company that I work for. I occasionally see her around the office, but it seems that she's not so keen on interacting with me. The moment she sees me coming, she immediately starts running in the opposite direction. It's gotten to the point that she's even been taking days off when she knows that we'll be working in the same area. The temporary staffing agency she's going through seems to be fed up with her constantly taking time off and are likely to terminate her in the near future.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.